Okay, we are here to wrap up the X-Men series of video that I'm doing. Here's 138. Beautiful copy, as you can see. I love this cover. I'm not sure, once again, if this is the first time this cover was done or if John Byrne swiped it from somebody else. No doubt this has been swiped so many times by so many people. I'm sure for those New Mutant fans out there, even Liefeld swiped it in one of his last book for the New Mutants. But it's just a gorgeous cover. I just love the purple and the way they reprinted the other X-Men issues. It's just very well thought out and well done. Beautiful. I love it. As far as the content of the inside, it's not much to talk about because really, it basically has a very long recap of everything that happened for the X-Men from the beginning to the point where Phoenix died. So as far as the content inside, there's really no story. But when I flip through this book, I always get a good chuckle of looking at the ads. For those younger collectors today that enjoy the freedom of buying on eBay. In the old days, this is what you get. You get. I wish I kept some of the old catalog that I used to get in the mail. I used to go through these books and put a few, stamps here and there in an envelope and get a catalog by, sellers that put ads like this in the book. This is, of course, the Mile High place that show, a lot of back issues, but it's always crazy to go back and look at these old ads and see what kind of price they're asking for. Look at this, X-Men 94, $50. What condition? I have no idea. I look at this ad so many times and I'm still wonder what kind of condition these books are supposed to be. I'm guessing near mint, but back in those old days, that's what you have to do. If your local comic store doesn't have the issue you needed and you can't go to convention, you have to mail out for some of these catalogs and cross your fingers that what you get in the mail is what's promised. Okay, so that's 138. Let's go to 139. This is my 139. This issues is also not all that exciting. I think after the big Phoenix Saga run that they had, for sure, I think Claremont and Byrne kind of take a little time off. I think that what's neat about this issue is Wolverine new costume. No more the yellow costume, and he has the brown costume. And I have to say, I like both costumes. I can't say which one is my favorite. I love the yellow because it pop, and I love the yellow color. But at the same time, I was never a big fan of the shoulder thingy that he had with the yellow costume. I'm not sure what you call it, shoulder pad or whatever. I thought that was kind of silly looking. If I could, I would have had the yellow costume without the blue shoulder pad, because those things serve nothing. It just looks silly. And then you have, let's see, 140. Let's see if I have 140 here. Here's my 140. This issue is actually pretty decent. I wish I have a reader copy to flip through for this video, but here's my copy. Nothing special. Has miswrapped a lot of these late issues of X-Men are hard to find with perfect centering. So I got this copy and it's good enough, and I just have no need to replace it. Okay, so that's 140. And then of course you get to 141 and 142, which is pretty good. I love 141. Let's go to my 141. Here's my copy. Great cover. I would put this in a top 5 John Byrne cover for sure. It's just so well done. I think the first time I saw this cover, I love it right away. This is my copy. The only problem with this one is, as you see, there's a slight production problem there at the tip corner. I'm always very careful not to get that tip piece to fall off. But other than that, this is a really beautiful copy. Gorgeous. And of course, we're all very familiar with the story inside. Beautiful splash page there. I always like splash page where they include text in the drawing like that. That's really well done. So that's my 141, and here's my gorgeous 142. This book is probably just like the 141, a 9.6. Beautiful. And this is one of the few issues that Terry Austin did the entire cover. I believe he did 2 covers for his run on the X-Men with John Byrne. From memory, I don't recall what the other one was, but this is one where he did the whole thing himself. Not bad. Terry is not a bad artist. Decent, for sure, a phenomenal inker. But for this, I think he did very well. Beautiful cover. And let's see. The inside art is okay. The story is good. It fails. It always fails for me to understand why certain books go up in value because a movie is attached to the storyline. It makes no sense. Same thing with the characters. When you see a character or a villain is attached to a movie, sometimes some books just go crazy, and sometimes it doesn't. For example, these 2 issues went crazy because the next X-Men movie used the storyline. Who knows what the final story will be, but God bless the people that speculate on this book and the value. When X-Men 3 came out and it involved the death of Phoenix, X-Men 137 did nothing from what I can remember. So, and then you can look at say Iron Man 2 with Whiplash. Not much happened there as far as value of the book. And then you have Iron Man 55 skyrocket because Thanos. Okay, and then you name it. You can name just about every movie, and for every other movies out there, superhero movies out there, you see some books go up in value and some did nothing. So it beats the heck out of me trying to understand the speculative market when it comes down to comic books. That being said, it brings us to issue 143. This is it. The last Byrne Chris Claremont collaboration and Terry Austin. This is the end. This issue is okay, nothing special. It's kind of a disappointing final issue between those 3 guys. Maybe they got burnt out at the end and just want to get it over with and couldn't come up with something better. But that was it, and that conclude my series of video of X-Men from 94 through 143. The last few issues for sure was not the best, but as I have said this many times to many people, I believe X-Men 94 through 143 contain the best 50 runs of comics of any titles that I can remember. I mean, I think if you throw in Teen Titan 1 to 50, it's a close comparison as far as stories and art. But to me, this has always been one of my favorite. It is my favorite of all time, with a few stinkers here and there in between. But overall, I highly recommend those that don't read the X-Men to get the reprint or omnibus or whatever you can get your hands to if you want to read it, because it's worth reading. It's survived the time. Some I will go back and reread many of my comic books, and often I find that they're not as good as I thought they were when I was 14 or 15. Sure, you get older, things change, but I think for these books, they are just as good as they were today for me, as they were when I was 16 or 18. Thanks for watching.